As you can see here, I start my workout off with a few light sets of lateral pull downs. Before I even start my lat pull downs, what I do is a quick ab workout, 4 sets of 2 ab workouts, and then I'll go ahead and do 4 sets of pull ups and probably 4 sets of dips or maybe tricep extensions. After that, then I'll go ahead and go into my warm up sets, I guess you could say, while I pyramid up. These sets aren't really considered working sets, just my warm-up sets. I don't really stretch before my workouts. I probably stretch after. The concept of stretching before a workout to me doesn't make much sense unless you're not fully warm. It's just like a rubber band. If you have a rubber band and just take it out of the freezer, try to stretch it, it'll snap. So what I do is warm up completely, probably in between my workouts or in between my sets. Then I'll go ahead and do a little bit of stretching, just depending on what I'm doing that day. So as you can see here, this is my 3rd set, I want to say. Finally getting into my working sets. I want to say it's probably my 4th set. Probably skipped a few sets, but I'm finally getting into my working sets. As you can see, I have a thumbs up grip. I'll explain that a little bit to you here in a second. This is probably my working set right here. Thumbs up using the straps. Now the concept of using the straps is to avoid using your forearms and your biceps back here. All you want to do is drive your elbows to the rear, basically trying to squeeze your scapula together, and that'll contract your lats. Basically all your muscles in your back. The last thing you want to do is use your biceps, your forearms and your bicep back here to pull that bar. So that's why I try to use those straps to alleviate using that muscle group and try to focus all my attention on my lats. That was my last working set right there. Moved on to pull downs, single arm pull downs, unilateral. The reason I did this is because at times I feel imperfections in my lats on either side. Probably the left side is the more weaker side for me. So I like to throw in some unilateral movements with these pull downs to try to focus and give attention to both sides. This was about the last set of unilateral lat pull downs with the handle. Right here we have my reverse pull downs. What I like to do with this is superset it with rope pull downs. I like this workout because I feel it in my anterior serratus. Basically that's your front portion, your front serratus, right above your obliques, your external obliques. Besides my lats, of course, and my rhomboids, I feel it in my serratus, so I like to superset that, or pair it, I should say, with this rope pull down. Fully exhaust my lats and my serratus, my anterior serratus. Actually works your posterior serratus as well. It's a great combination to use for your back workout. Actually right here I have close grip pull downs. Great for your lats once again. All I'm doing, if you notice, I'm doing a lot of pulling motions, pulling movements, stretching my lats as much as I can, and my back as much as I can. So I did a lot of movements to width, and I'm stretching them out. This is before I get into my movements for thickness and and also those movements for your lower back. So I want to make sure my back is stretched out as much as possible, so I can go ahead and use those big compound movements to really pump blood into the muscle fibers. That's basically the concept that I go with. As you can see here, I think this is my last working set. Then I dropped down and did my drop set. Drop set was 8, 6, 5, I think it was. But besides the numbers, what I did was my working set, drop down, 10 to 15 seconds between sets, 3-set drop. Here is moving on to my deadlifts. By the time I'm onto the deadlifts, my back's already exhausted, or we should say warmed up. Not fully exhausted, but warmed up. Deadlifts to me works as the full body workout: shoulders, butt, back, core, hamstrings. It works everything. But for today's purposes, of course, we're focusing on our back, and I like to use the deadlifts to mainly focus on my lower back. That, I guess people like to call it the Christmas tree region. Whenever you're nice and lean and you get that Christmas tree effect with your lower back. So what I did was pyramid up, 135, 225, and lastly 315. Then I record the second set, but I did 2 sets of 315, just 2 sets of 5. My back was getting really exhausted, my lower back especially. Then I conducted a drop set. Later on you'll see it. Once again, that drop set was down to 135, and I did 3 sets. 1 set of 10, 1 set of 8, and 1 set of 6. Deadlifts for me really start off my movements for thickness in my back. Trying to get that cobra look, and that's what these deadlifts for me helps to do. Try not to compromise my form, so I stayed at 315 because I was already getting exhausted, especially my lower back. And here's my drop set right here. As you can see, form stays the same, thrusting my hips forward, trying to keep my heels planted, and it's the same motion all the way up, all the way down. Squeeze at the top. In between my drop sets, I'm counting down about 10 to 15 seconds, and right back on it again. So it was kind of like a pause rep in a sense. Just the weight's not heavy. This is one of the ways I stay lean without doing so much cardio by keeping my heart rate up. It's a lot of drop sets. In my drop sets, I add a little twist to them. So it'll be a drop, take a break, conduct it again, take a break, conduct it again. A few things I learned from Hani Rambad's FST7, and my twist is a little bit different because he takes a 30-second breaks and it forces 7 sets. I just take a 10-second break and it's 3 sets with that drop, so it's a little bit different. But the same concept he's going for is what I'm going for. Increase muscle hypertrophy to stimulate growth. And it really helps me to get to muscle failure as well. Right here we have bent over rows, post grip. I just conducted I conducted 4 sets, but I showed you guys my very last set. Really trying to focus on the lats right there. So right here we have my last workout of the evening, or the day I should say, dumbbell rows. I challenged myself on this one. Used 100-pound dumbbells, completed 100 reps. Of course, I broke those reps down in increments. I did 3 sets of 20, 1 set of 10, and 2 sets of 15. I'm gonna say after this right here, this workout right here, this last workout, I felt like I was gonna throw up. But it was one of those things that you gotta push through, and separates people that want it from the people that don't. So, needless to say, it was a great session. And thank the Lord that I'm not hurt or injured or anything. Made it through the session successfully. So lastly, I want to explain just the whole workout in general. Like I said before, I warm up first. I don't stretch first. I conduct my ab workout first initially. I want to make sure my abs are tight, contracted at the beginning of my workout session. I try to keep that tightness and that contraction, and remind myself to keep it contracted throughout the entire workout. Try to keep my core tight. Went on to my warm-up. Sometimes it may be dips and pull-ups, sometimes it may be pull-ups and tricep extensions or push-ups, just depending on what it is. I always pyramid up to my working set, so it may be 3 warm-up sets to get to that working set, and then I'll probably conduct 3, 4 sets of those working sets. After I get to that working set, it depends on what I'm doing. I'll probably do a drop set of 50%, do 1 set of 10 reps with a 15-second break, another set of 8 reps with a 10 to 15-second break, and a last set of 6 reps, 10 to 15-second break. That's one of my drops. Or I'll either do a period workout, like you saw with the reverse pull down and the rope pull downs. I period. Like I said before, this helps me to stay lean. My heart rate stays up, I'm burning fat, and I don't have to do too much cardio after my workouts, especially with the time that I have on my hands. The length of my workout, the amount of workouts I'm doing, the amount of sets, and the type of sets I'm doing. This helps me stay lean and burn fat throughout my entire workout. It's kind of like a HIIT training style workout sometimes, and what that does is after the workout, my heart rate stays elevated, so even an hour after my workout, I'm still burning fat, which is a great idea. Funny joke, someone told me instead of doing cardio, just lift weights fast. That's their style of cardio. So anyway, what we do also is I like to work on my width, stretch the lats. And that's the main thing we're focusing on. Back, we have our rhomboids, we have our traps. There's more than one section of our traps, but what I'm doing is focusing on just my back in general. Upper lats, lower lats. Trying to stretch it out as much as possible. Then I go on to my exercises for thickness. What it helps me to do is flush blood into those stretched out areas of my back as much as I can. Try to reduce growth. Sometimes, lastly, I may finish off with pull-ups to full exhaustion. But after this, I just couldn't do any more at all. I couldn't even stretch. I had to wait till I get back to my boxing stretching after the fact. So this workout is I'm gonna feel it for a few days. I don't think DOMS matters for this workout. I think I'm gonna feel it like right away, which I am. So that's how you know you did something good today. And that's really about it with my back sessions. I don't think there's no wrong way to lift or do specific workouts. The idea is Once you understand what you're trying to work, what those muscles do, and the anatomy of it, then you're fine. So if you have a specific way to do your workouts and you're trying to target a specific part or skeletal muscle, then I'm all for it. Just do you and understand what you're doing. Prevent injuries. Try to stay away from getting injured. Stay tuned. More videos to come in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, look me up on Facebook, Jemai Miller, Male Lifestyle Fitness. Shoot me an inbox. Like it. Uh, Subscribe and like. And look forward to making great videos for you guys in the future. Bless.